And welcome again, dear friends, to the Monday edition of Fresh Bread. It's Monday, January 2nd, 2023. Reverend Phil Anderson here with you, pastor of Oakland United Methodist Church in Kansas Avenue, United Methodist Church. Well, as you may have heard, we're restarting up our Fresh Bread broadcast. We are going to make a bit of an effort here in the next few weeks and months, see how things go with our social media platforms. We would like to turn these into podcasts that wouldn't be deleted. We only have so much space to keep these on, so we keep them short. We would ultimately like to have these go on, though, to a site that we would not lose them, so people could go back and have like archives and go back and hear these. So we're working on all of that. Well, I wanted to talk briefly about some thoughts we had for the healthy congregations and the neighboring movement initiative. And again, some of you have heard this before, but we really haven't spoken a lot about it. We've actually had about a 6-week break ever since about Thanksgiving. We haven't really had a whole lot of meetings for our neighboring movement. And again, we had this break. Now we're going to be restarting. We're going to have a coaching call Sunday on Zoom. That's the afternoon of January 8th, 2023. So if you hear this and you're on the neighboring movement team, hopefully you'll make plans to be there. We're going to try to do it up at the Kansas Avenue office. Now you remember back, I believe it was October, and we tried to do that coaching call and it didn't work. We couldn't get the signal through the computers up there, so we ended up doing it on my cell phone. It really worked out pretty well. But hopefully we'll be able to use the computer. If not, we'll use the phone again, God willing. So that's 2:00 this coming Sunday. Wanted to give you a couple of things real quick. And these are sort of neighboring movement type of initiatives in a sense you could say. And that is that we have our second Sunday potluck after services on Sunday, January 8th. It's at Kansas Avenue. Obviously, I cannot be in two places at one time. And so we asked the folks from Oakland if they would join us and just kind of have a good time of fellowship. It lasts from about 12:15 after church to about 1:00. At 1:00, thereabouts, we will be starting up again with The Chosen. That's the video series. So some of you haven't seen that really. And so this will be season 2, probably, I think, episode 6 or 7. So we're getting close to the end of season 2. We started watching season 1 and 2 all over again back in September, and we worked our way all the way through season 1, and we almost got through season 2, and then we stopped it right before Christmas. And so now we're starting it back up, and again, we are going to change the time to the viewings of The Chosen. And so I want to give you this information. I think you'll be interested in hearing this. So we're going to resume The Chosen season 2. I believe it'll be episode either 6 or 7 this coming Sunday after the second Sunday potluck. Stick around if you have an extra hour or so. It's about 45, 55 minutes, something in that range. They all vary a little bit in time. It's not like the sitcoms that go 26 minutes or whatever they are. These vary a little bit. But we do want you to know that they're going to be showing these now in the early afternoon. So we had been showing them at 5:00, and then we moved it to 4:00, trying to get people in who didn't like to drive at night. Anyway, now we're going to move it up to about 1:30 in the afternoon. And that's going to enable people either to brown bag it, to bring their lunch into church, to either go out and get something at McDonald's or Subway or somewhere that they can bring their food back and enjoy eating in the church before we show The Chosen. And then, or they could actually go and sit down at Bradley's Corner Cafe right up the street as an example. And then at that certain time, once we start, it'll be about 1:30, and they don't have to come back to church later that afternoon. So this is going to free up a lot of time for people. We should be out most days by 2:30 or so. Now we could end up moving that closer to 1:00 if people think that they can get their lunch and everything in that time frame. We just don't want to rush people. So The Chosen is coming up this week at around 1:00, just because it's second Sunday. We want everybody to be able to see it. And then we'd like you to continue to come. It's really a life-changing series. It's really affected in a positive way millions of people around the world. And we've had a lot of people in our congregation that it's really blessed. So if you haven't seen it yet, this will be an opportunity. Instead of having to come clear back in from wherever you might live across town or outside of town for some people, you can just stay at the church or bring a lunch or go grab something either up the street or around the corner, and then come on back and we'll have it ready to go hopefully around 1 o'clock or 1:30. So right now we're shooting for 1 o'clock for this Sunday, January 8th, and we'll see how it goes after that. We're really excited. As soon as season 2 is over, we're going to go into season 3, which is brand new, and they just dropped those episodes just a few weeks ago. So season 3, brand new, we're going to be watching that for the first time. It does help, however, to know the characters, and that's why you need to know seasons 1 and 2. You can also get the Chosen app on your phone or watch it on your TV if you know exactly where to find it. If you have any questions, please see me or some of the others who are folks who have been really watching The Chosen. We'll be glad to help you. Well, thank you again for joining me today on Fresh Bread. We're going to talk a little bit more about the neighboring movement, some of the ideas we have for that tomorrow. So make sure you join us back on Tuesday for more Fresh Bread. Until then, God bless you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.